For the first time in Studio B, we'd like to welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, who went 5 for 5 in the first half against Westminster from 3, Jaxson Robinson. What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, good. I'm good.
It's great to have you here. Let's talk about that first half, first off, against Westminster. When did you realize you were feeling it? Because you tied a BYU record with most makes without a miss from 3.
I mean, I kind of just went into the game with the mindset of playing defense, to be honest. Coach was making that our main focus as a team, especially without Spencer Johnson on our team. He's a big piece of our defense, and so he wanted everybody to step up, and just focusing on my defense helped my offense.
Do you know when you're in the zone? Like when you hit the first one, it's like, okay, this feels good. This may be my night. Do you have that feeling?
Not really. I mean, to me, it feels just kind of normal. Just with all the reps and the hours put in, it's just all kind of whatever happens, happens.
Are you surprised when you missed then, with that said?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
When it doesn't
I'm
go in,
definitely
like,
thinking
what?
Everyone's going in, for sure.
That's awesome. And we talked about it in the film room that aired last night on this Pope show and earlier this week. But, like, you had gone through a stretch where you didn't shoot the ball well. How'd you stay ready to go 5 for 5? And I believe the last 3 games, you're shooting north of 50% now.
Just confidence, coming from my teammates and my coaches and even myself, just staying positive, knowing that eventually the slump was going to be over, and obviously it is. So,
was there a game where it sort of clicked? And what do you think changed from the first couple of games to now what we're seeing? Is there something that you can sort of pinpoint as to what maybe sort of flipped that switch for you?
I don't think so. I think it was just, like I said, the confidence to know that eventually they were going to go in. I don't think much changed. I tried to keep everything the same, keep the reps the same, and it all worked out. So,
I was shocked, and Tyler Hawes mentioned this in the postgame show. You did not have a heat check moment. Like when you hit like a 3, maybe 2. Everyone knows on the court, like, you could just airball one if you wanted. You know what I mean? You didn't even have that. Why didn't you even have a heat check moment? You were taking good shots.
Yeah. I mean, I just try to stay as efficient as possible. That's the biggest thing for me, especially starting the year off so bad from the field, trying to be more efficient, get the percentages up again. So, yeah, just taking the good shots and not rushing the bad shots is the biggest thing.
I told you. It's not going to take a heat check.
It's not going
to happen.
Okay, so you started 5 for 5. Is that the best start you've ever had? Have you had a better start than 5 for 5 in a game?
I don't know, to be honest. I couldn't tell you, but that's probably my best one if I had to guess.
It was pretty good.
It's not bad.
Again, the record I mentioned, that's in a first half. That was a BYU record, tied that. Was
and
awesome.
On an NBA floor. That's got to like amp it up a little bit, right? Take it to the next level.
Because I've wondered about the lines and if they mess you up. It did the opposite. It almost helped you guys for some reason.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what that was about, to be honest. It was crazy how, because Coach was kind of telling us that we need to step in and shoot the college 3, but, I mean, we came out guns a-blazing and everybody was hitting shots, so it all worked out.
No, it was crazy, man. We're talking to Jaxson Robinson here on BYU Sports Nation. Let's talk about sort of your journey here. So you're from Ada, Oklahoma, and you grow up on a ranch. What's that like in Ada, and what kind of ranch are we talking about?
It was just a ranch with cows and horses, things like that. My stepdad, he grew up kind of working on the farm, stuff like that, so he continued doing that as he got older, and I was just kind of a part of it. But we moved to the city when I was, I think, my freshman year of high school, so ever since then, I just lived in Ada, the city. So.
Wait, so you're like tending to cows and horses, chickens?
No chickens.
No chickens. Okay. So you know, like, physical hard work then from pre-freshman year of high school?
I was little.
Yeah.
I tried to help do what I could, but
like milking cows and what are we talking about?
I didn't do all that.
Like a hay for the horses, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, this the small stuff.
Gotcha.
Small stuff.
Yeah.
That I've never baled hay, but that looks hard to me. Isn't it hard?
A little bit.
Physically taxing?
Yeah, a little bit.
Natural weights?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, so you have quite the athletic background. Obviously, you're athletic, but your mom played collegiate basketball at Missouri State. Your aunt is an assistant with the Phoenix Mercury, correct?
Yes.
So is that where the athleticism comes from, or like what has given you the genes that you have?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely from my mom. My grandpa, they always say that I looked like him. I'm kind of built like him, so definitely him also. But everybody in my family plays basketball, so it's just kind of something that's normal to me.
Do you have siblings?
No siblings. I'm the only child.
No siblings. So
Only
it's aunts,
child.
uncles, cousins,
Yeah.
that kind of thing that played?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So was Grandpa 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan? Because he got a unique build.
Actually, he was. He was about 6'7", 6'8", and he had the long arms too.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, what age were you when you were like, hey, I'm good at this, and you have a unique build in that you have a big wingspan?
I'd probably say about 8th grade. I joined the AAU team, Team Griffin, and I started competing nationally, and that's when I realized I could compete with the best of them, and then just kind of took off from there. So,
take us through your journey. So after high school, kind of how the path that you took to get here to BYU, and then maybe why BYU was the place for you.
Yeah.
Out of high school, my junior year, I decided to graduate early, and I went to Texas A&M my first year. It was a really rough year. It was COVID. We didn't do that great. Wasn't a hot start.
And you're 17 at this point, probably?
Yes. I was 17. I was really young, so I didn't really know what I was doing, getting myself into. And then after all that, I moved to Arkansas, and I think it was a great experience, just kind of being with those older guys, getting to learn the ropes of college basketball, things like that. Especially without COVID, it was a lot easier. And then I decided to come here. Coach Pope did a great job recruiting me, all the other guys. He presented me with an amazing opportunity, and I mean, now I'm here. So,
why BYU? Why was it amazing to you?
Kind of just going back off Coach Pope. He's a great guy, great leader. I seen how he led his team last year, even with all the injuries that they had, things like that, and how successful they were. And all I wanted to do was win, and so that's why I'm here.
The last two games you guys have been playing without Spencer Johnson. Obviously, you've won the last two, so guys have done a really nice job of stepping up. Take us through, picking up the slack for losing a guy that has really been such a pivotal player for you on both ends of the court this year.
I think it starts with Noah. Obviously, he's starting for Spencer right now. Just coach pushing him to become a better and better defensive player, and then also the rest of us. That's just the biggest thing, because Spencer was such a vital role of our defense. So just making sure that everybody's locked in on the defensive end, it'll let everything on the offensive end take care of itself. So our main focus is just defense, getting deflection, the steals, stuff like that, just to get our offense going. So,
talking to Jaxson Robinson of the basketball team here on BYU Sports Nation. We heard some fun stories last night on the Pope Show from Foose about how in the Bahamas at 1 a.m. some of the guys went on one of the tubes and kind of got stuck where the sharks are, around the tube or whatever. Were you with them in the tube there?
I was not. I was asleep by then.
So you didn't even know about this at the time?
I didn't.
Would you have gone if you had been awake?
I might have. Just for the experience, I might have.
Dude, getting stuck in there is, that's not a fun thought to me.
Yeah.
Like a little claustrophobic if you're Foose with the big shoulders.
I'm not a fan of sharks.
He's learning how to swim.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of sharks, so I definitely probably wouldn't.
You're just stuck there hoping someone doesn't crash into your back.
Yeah.
A shark may just pull up right next to you.
I've been stuck in an elevator before. I can't even imagine adding the element of water to the mix.
And sharks. If sharks and water were outside that elevator, that'd be crazy. What was the best part about the Bahamas besides the comeback for Staten?
I would just say spending quality time with my guys. I feel like everybody kind of got to know each other a little bit more when we went to the Bahamas. We were just with each other all day, every day, so for a solid week. So, I mean, we were just kind of hanging around, chilling, going to the beach, doing whatever. I mean, it was a great resort. So just to have that quality time with my teammates was great.
Who are you sick of, by the way?
Who am I sick of? I don't know
I'm
about
just
that.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
But look, and that's interesting because obviously you're going down there to play basketball, and you want to go down there and win as many games as you can. But it kind of feels like, especially for a team that has so many new players coming into it, that aspect of what you just talked about in terms of getting together and doing all those things together at a resort where you really can't go a lot of different places, that bonding experience probably helps as much as anything you guys did on the court together.
Yeah, I think it definitely did. I think it showed on the court. Even in that last Dayton game, I feel like a lot of teams wouldn't be able to do that. To come back from so big, I think it just shows like the character of our team and just the relationship that everybody has and how close everybody is. So.
Yeah, those trips matter. Like the teams that play international trips preseason, although this wasn't one, it was mid-season MT, but they play better. They just do. That matters. While you did play in the SEC for 2 teams, your Big 12 sort of geographical experience growing up in Oklahoma and whatnot, you going to be the unofficial tour guide for BYU next year in the Big 12?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's my side of the country, so just being down there will be fun for sure.
And you played against Rudy Williams in a game.
I did.
A couple years ago. You didn't know at the time, hey, we're going to be teammates, but have you reflected back on that game with him at all?
Oh, yeah. We've talked about it before.
Kansas State for Rudy?
Yeah, we talked about it. It's kind of crazy just to think about, but it's just a funny moment.
Who won the game?
We did. We did, actually. So
do you make sure that you remind him when that's brought up?
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Anytime I can do anything like that, I'm definitely going to tell Rudy. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the success. It's been fun to see you dial it in there. And congrats on not getting stuck in the tube in the Bahamas as well. Thanks for coming on the show, Jaxson.
Appreciate you guys.